Hi there, I care and you matter. I'm Shannon and welcome to my channel. And welcome to a video that will help me, hopefully, as much as it helps you. I love to plan, including planning what I'm going to write. In fact, I plan so much and enjoy it so much, it becomes nothing more than a fancy form of procrastination. So I sat down to come up with 5 different ways for me to stop procrastinating and start actually writing. I finished this book up here at the beginning of the year, Common Things, Core Truths. And I'm so incredibly proud of it. I'll leave a link to the book down below. I published it in March, and I'm so proud of it, but for whatever reason, probably enjoying planning too much, I haven't got a good start on my next manuscript. So let's jump into those 5 things that I came up with. And I kicked it old school, as I usually do. I'm an analog advocate. I love taking notes on paper, obviously. So you might see me checking my list just to make sure I don't miss any of them. So the very first tip I have is make your workspace as comfortable as possible. Make sure your chair is comfortable. Make sure that your monitor is at the right level. It should be just a little bit higher than your eye level. Make sure that your keyboard is as ergonomic as possible. All those things. For me personally, it even goes a step further. I'm a menopause. Good times. Not only do I can go from like really freezing, chattering my teeth to, oh my goodness, I'm glistening in like 10.3 seconds, right? So over here, this is a little fireplace that pumps out the heat. And then you can't see, but over here on my other desk is a Wuzoo fan that both are remote controlled. I can turn one on and then 10 seconds later turn the other one on. And because I work inside a closet with nothing more than a bed sheet, but it's good insulation, I don't feel so bad because it's not using a whole lot of energy. So what I'm getting at is make sure that your workspace is as comfortable as possible. And that not only includes your supplies, but also your physical comfort. Are you someone who gets cold? Make sure you have a sweater or a cozy blanket nearby. Are you someone who gets hot? Make sure you got a little desktop fan. Do what you can to ensure that your workspace is not somewhere that you, 1, dread going, and 2, dread spending time in, because that's not going to help you. Number 2, set an appointment with yourself for your writing time. Don't wait until you feel like writing. Don't wait until you want to write. Set the appointment and treat it as an appointment that you can't break. Dates and times foster accountability. So go as far as writing it in your calendar, writing it in your notebook, or in your planner. If you keep it on your phone, set a timer to remind yourself. Make up an appointment with yourself and promise yourself that you're going to invest in your future project and success. Number 3, don't expect yourself to sit down and know what you're going to write as soon as you sit down. In other words, have a general idea of where you're going to go with your writing and what you're going to write about before you even sit down to do it. If at all possible, brainstorm somewhere else at a different time so that when you sit down at your appointment time with yourself to actually do the writing, you're prepared to do the writing. When I was a teacher, oh my goodness, it used to frustrate me to no end when I would let kids know, okay, we're going to be doing a test. You need a number 2 pencil, preferably 2. And what do? They show up with none. When you know they had 5 like the day before, right? Oh, be prepared. So be prepared when you show up for yourself by making sure you have at least a rough outline or a general idea of what you're going to write before you even sit down to do it. It'll help you avoid staring at the blank screen because that's enough to make you avoid writing, right? It's just staring at the white screen flickering back at you, not having a clue what you're going to write. So spare yourself that. Set yourself up for success. Next, try to make the process something that you can look forward to and not dread or feel guilty about. For me, I love tea. And I usually drink iced tea, so maybe I'll have a big old cup of iced tea. Or I might treat myself, if it's the fall or winter, to a cup of warm herbal tea. But I have a favorite mug and I have a favorite cup. So maybe you could set aside a couple bucks or designate one of your existing mugs as, okay, this is my writing mug. And when I write, I get to use my mug. And when I write, I get to have my favorite tea. Another way you can do this, light a candle. Use a neck wrap that you can heat up. Something to treat yourself so that you trick your mind into thinking, oh my goodness, this writing time isn't just an opportunity for me to be creative and to meet some goals and work on a project. It's a time for me to take care of myself. It's a time that I enjoy, and I get to be physically comfortable, and I get to use or do something that I enjoy. You can't see it, but underneath my desk, I also have one of those Homedic foot massagers. Found it at a local thrift store for $4.99, $5.99. Of course, I disinfected the thing. But it's wonderful. It's heated, and I get a foot massage when I actually sit down to write. So just find ways to treat yourself and make the writing actual, getting the words down on the page something that you can look forward to and enjoy rather than dread or feel guilty about. Last but not least, reward yourself. Barter with yourself, right? Maybe if you promise yourself, okay, if you complete one writing sprint or 2 writing sprints or whatever it is, or you meet that appointment that you set for yourself, you can reward yourself with a favorite TV show at the end of the day. A hot bubble bath always works for me. Another way that I bribe myself is whatever day I'm going to plan to do several writing sprints, I plan in it, because that's an appointment with myself, I plan in advance that that's going to be a day that there's a particularly easy dinner that I prep or I plan for. Every Friday night we have pizza. That's a really easy dinner, usually because Jason makes it. Or I plan that to be a crock pot dinner day where I just dump everything in the crock pot that morning, turn it on, and then I can just go about my day, do my actual work. I am a curriculum writer, so I write in the morning for that job. But then in the afternoons, I don't have to worry about making dinner or planning dinner or prepping dinner. No, it's already done for me, and now there's no excuse. I can relax, and I can focus and work on writing. So there you have it. Those are 5 specific, doesn't have to cost you any, maybe a little bit of money if you want to treat yourself to a new writing mug or a new candle or whatever. But 5 very easy, accessible ways that you can move from procrastination to actual production and getting words on the page and writing. And so that's my goal for this week. At the beginning of the week, I'm going to work on brainstorming and planning. Yep, I'm going to do a little more planning. But I'm going to set an appointment with myself for the end of the week to actually put all that planning into production so that I can start writing with purpose and hopefully passion. I hope those different ideas help you too. Until the next video, I hope you have a great week. See you next time. Bye-bye.